into position. The last couple of cars knitting their way through and into their starting positions, and once they are neatly in position, we'll get the green flag from the back of the grid. Sadly, no Dan Devereaux. His car is done and dusted for the day, I'm afraid to say. So we get the green flag at the back of the field, we get the 5-second board up above the lighting gantry, and then when the racing gets underway, that'll be when we get the red lights on, which they go on now, and the racing will get underway very shortly indeed when the lights go out. Go! Good start by Carrington Yates. Benson and Walker Hansel have got a great start. Wiggins got a terrible getaway, and Stephen Daly's going to go past him as well. It's a terrible getaway for the pole man, Joe Wiggin. He drops back into about 5th position as the field squabbles through that first corner, and it's going to be Carrington Yates who starts the way forward. So Sam Carrington Yates takes the early advantage. Stephen Daly's going to pop up to 2nd position on the inside line at this rate. Benson is in there as well with Walker Hansel as they squabble for the first couple of corners. I think it's going to be Carrington Yates who holds the inside line, but he's going to have a real challenge to hold on to it, because back up the inside now comes Benson, and it's going to be a really tight line to hold on to that lead. Benson, I think, is just going to get there to the inside line. He's really working hard to hold on to it, but back up the inside comes Carrington Yates. They bang doors once, twice, very tight indeed as they come through. I think that's actually now Stephen Daly up into 3rd position. I'm not entirely sure that is Sam Carrington Yates anymore. I think he's fallen out of position. I think he's there in 3rd position behind these guys now as they make their way through Kirby for the first time. Everybody just getting through A-OK. There's a couple of cars with damage by the look of it. Now who is that is struggling through pit path towards the back of the field? That is Giles Dawson. That is Giles Dawson in trouble by the look of it in the ATL car. That is a real shame for Giles Dawson. He was well in the midfield as they charge down to the braking zone for Tarzan for the first time. I do believe that is Benson who leads the way in the early stages, with Daly up to 2nd place now. The rest of the field charging through. 3 wide at Tarzan. That's a very brave battle going on, and they just about get away with that one, but they're still 3 wide down the school straight. So as the field closes up in the S's, it's all getting a little bit tight and tense, and I think that was Carrington Yates getting in the wars there actually, down in about 7th or 8th position. It's not going well in the second race for him, but it's Benson who leads here. Daly in 2nd place from Walker Hanson, Wiggin and Hunter, then it's Roach. In 34 is Watt next up, then it's Carrington Yates from Nut Brown, Smith, Jameson, May, Whitmore, Hack, Drury, Armstrong, McMillan, Skeets, Ross and Welch. But there is no sign, I'm afraid, of Giles Dawson. His race has ended on the far side of the circuit up by Kirby, and that is a real shame, because Giles Dawson, the ATL BMW, was looking very strong in the first part of the day, was mixing it up well with the top 10, but sadly his race comes to a premature end. So it's Benson who leads, Daly in 2nd position, under brakes for Yentwood. There's a puff of dust. I wonder if that was Daly just trying to get a little bit too close to the apex. Daly on the back of Benson, who leads the way. Walker Hansel in 3rd position. Wiggin, Hunter, Roach, Watt, Carrington Yates, Nut Brown and Smith. It'll be a really interesting battle to the far side of the circuit as the field knits its way round. And as they come out of the double apex of Kirby, up the short stretch, that's where the sunshine is really beating down on the circuit. We're going to see Benson start to extend his lead. So Carrington Yates, having had the win in the first race of the day, is not looking likely to get a second one here, because he really seems to be caught out in the middle of the squabble in the mid part of the apex. So issues there, I'm afraid to say. We've got a course car coming out. We've got one of the flatbeds coming out onto the circuit. That must be for the clear-up job of Giles Dawson, but the race cars are on the far side of the circuit, so it's not going to be too big an issue. Still a good battle down the school straight. Cars trying to put themselves into a strong position. Walker Hansel has lost 3rd position now to Wiggin, so Joe Wiggin, trying to get himself back into position, has got up into 3rd as they come down the straight once more. It's Benson from Daly, Wiggin in 3rd. Walker Hansel is in 4th position from Hunter, with Roach dropping back a little bit now. In fact, Roach has dropped right back. In fact, where is Roach? The 81 has fallen right out of position. I'm not sure exactly where Roach has got. There he is, right down the far end by the look of it. So the 81 of Roach has gone off somewhere. There he is, touring in by the look of it. So Roach is having a miserable day at the office too, just like Carrington Yates, peeling off into the pits once more. And and it's Ari Ross who's struggling at the back. But into the pits, I'm afraid to say, comes Neil Roach. It's not going to be a second good day at the office for him either. With a broken front bumper, he is going to retire from this race by the look of it. So a miserable day for the stars of race 1, with Neil Roach in the pits and seemingly out of the race with a damaged front bumper. But they could rip it off and maybe send him back out again. It very much depends on how much damage there is to the car. The the right side door is very badly bruised, and it looks as though he might have had a lot more damage than just the bumper. So we may not see more from this race for Neil Roach. I didn't actually see what happened to him, but there was a bit of fisticuffs on that first lap, so it could be damage as a result of that. But it's up the inside, moving past Walker Hansel. That's a great lunge from Hunter into Tarzan, and he gets through. Just about has the space, but Walker Hansel is not leaving him any doubt as to whether or not he's given up on it. He is going to charge again to try and make the move into 4th position. Tucks to the outside line. And with 9.5 minutes left of this race, we're only on the end of the 3rd lap, so it's going to be a quick short blast this race. As down out of the final turn comes your leader, and it is still Jim Benson who leads the way. It's a good run for Jim Benson in this race so far, with Daly, Wiggin, Hunter, Walker Hansel, Watt, Carrington Yates is there in 7th position now in front of Nut Brown, and it looks as though Smith has lost a couple of places on that last lap as well. He's down to 9th position now. Whitmore and Hack. Here's a great battle between Skeety and May. Skeets is going to have to move on the inside of May to hold off the position. Yes, he does. So a good move there from Skeetsy. Mark Skeets, the 57, just to hang on in front of David May, the 93. And a good battle too as Ari Ross is trying to make his way back up the order as he takes on Bill Redrop in the 52 and gets through pretty easily, it has to be said. Back to the front, and it's still Benson leading the way. Daly, Wiggin and Hunter, with Wiggin now the fastest man on the track at 1:49.658, meaning he is now well in command of things. So we are still edging our way around this circuit pretty sharpish as the cars make their way through. Let's see what is going to be the scenario to the far side of the course. Still everybody just tiptoeing their way through Kirby and making light work of things, being very careful. You have to be very careful as well as very aggressive, because it can be very, very easy to see results slip from underneath you. Once again down to the far side, into Tarzan, a couple of cars that are starting to make a bit more of an impression. Good to see Nut Brown making progress in the 1:49s. He's lapping the same sort of pace as the leaders at the moment, Benson, Daly, Wiggin, Hunter. So if he can work his way through the field, he may have a chance to have a sniff of a top 6 position. In fact, I think he has now got himself onto the back of that leading battle. Here's Benson, Daly, Wiggin and Hunter. If the next car in the train is Walker Hansel, it's not going to be long, is it, for Nut Brown, because he is closing up on Carrington Gate pretty quick. 1:49.4. Fastest lap of the race though comes from the 34 of John Watt. He does a 1:49.0 on that last lap, so as far as he's concerned, he's not waiting around for anybody to give him anything. Skeetsy's gone a lot quicker in that last lap than May, by 4 seconds to be precise, so a really big leap further forward. Now we're waiting to see if this battle is going to develop any further towards the front. Benson is holding on to his advantage. He's not really losing a lot of time, but he's not gaining a lot of time either, with championship battlement drawn for Stephen Daly. And Stephen Daly tied for the points lead going into this meeting, of course, with Richard Miles, but sitting in 2nd position compared to Richard Miles, who got a 10th last time, would definitely give the Scotsman the upper hand. So Stephen Daly, who's based, of course, over at East Lothian, is going to be hoping for hanging on to that 2nd position, and it looks as though he's going to have a good job to get that done. But Wiggin and Hunter are not far away. Walker Hansel still there in 5th, Watt in 6th. Carrington Yates is being caught rapidly by Nut Brown. Nut Brown, it was 0.2 of a second quicker than him on the last lap, and I would hazard a guess that he's going to be even quicker than that this time round. Bit of a slide there from Walker Hansel, and that's put John Watt, the current fastest man of the race, back into play, back into position. So as they come into the S's, Benson has definitely got enough of a gap to be comfortable, but it's not done yet, particularly not the 3rd, because Hunter is now having a look at Joe Wiggin. So what can Owen Hunter do coming out of the final corner? Owen Hunter down the straight, on the tail of Joe Wiggin as they come across the line. Benson leads, Daly second, Wiggin third, Hunter in fourth position from Walker Hansel, and in sixth place Watt from Carrington Yates and Nut Brown, Smith in ninth place, and it's going to be the 10 of David Whitmore, ironically enough, that rounds out the top 10. So all fine and dandy as far as they're concerned. The battle is definitely raging between those, so it's not going to be easy because Hack and Drury are right on Whitmore's tail. Down through Dean Hairpin once again, 5 minutes to go in the race, possibly 3 or 4 laps remaining from this one, most likely to be 3. But Benson is going very well at the far side of the circuit now. Meanwhile, we've got a good battle going on between Ashforth and Gadsby. Gadsby having a look to the inside of Ashforth into Dean Hairpin. Isn't close enough to get the move done, but he is still battling away. He manages on the second part of the apex to slot his car up the inside, but there's no way that Ashforth is going to let it go. So that continues to be... No, sorry, that's May and Armstrong. My apologies. That is actually May and Armstrong who are scrapping away, and they're in different classes. So that is a very exciting battle between those two. Meanwhile, Stephen Daly is struggling to hold off the attentions of Wiggin and Hunter, and this is a goldmine moment. Bit of a rush for Jim Benson, who leads the way and is hoping to make it a victory. Up the inside though, oh, Daly has a great battle there with Wiggin. Wiggin drifts sideways and they bang doors. Wiggin gets through in a second. Daly will be a little bit irritated by that, and now that's brought Hunter into play as well. Hunter's going to try and move up into the top 3 at the far side of the course. No, you don't. Shutting the door firmly. Stephen Daly gets that third position back. But has he got a good run here out of the final turn to take on Joe Wiggin? That's going to be crucial if he can get that second position back again. But it's Jim Benson from third on the grid who leads the way here and is able to keep the pace going. Now that is a black and white flag coming out for the 50. That is Partridge. So Andrew Partridge has got a bit of an issue there. He's going to get the black and white for, I'm guessing, track limits this time by. That's a real shame for Partridge as we've got 3.5 minutes left in this race. Now, considering where the leaders are, they are up at Dean Hairpin, so we might actually get 2 more laps out of this one. At the end of this lap, it'll be very tight, it'll be very close, but I think we might get 2 laps to go at the end of this lap rather than just 1. That battle between May and Armstrong still unabated at the moment, as Armstrong has a sweep past May, but it probably won't be too long before May darts it back up the inside and returns the favour. Meanwhile, your leaders, Benson, Wiggin, Daly, Hunter, with Watt closing in and Walker Hansel not far away, Carrington Yates in 7th and Nut Brown in 8th. Those 8 cars are pretty much on their own bit of tarmac, and they're just kind of counting down the laps at the moment. Certainly Benson is counting down the laps. He doesn't need to do anything else, does he? Leading the race here. He's got a couple of seconds in hand back to Wiggin, Daly, Hunter and Watt. All he really has to do here is continue on in position, but it's not going to be easy because Daly is having to really guard his back here with Hunter in the 47, forcing his weight around, trying to move up into 3rd position once more. And Daly's already had to defend fairly valiantly from Joe Wiggin to no avail, lose that 2nd position. Now Benson's going to give him a good run for the money. They are going to get 2 laps out of this one actually, because they're going to come around again for the start of this next lap with 2 minutes on the clock. They will get a 2nd lap out of this, so 2 laps to go then as they go into lap 8. Wiggin in 2nd, Daly in 3rd, Hunter is 4th from Wyatt, Walker Hansel, Carrington Yates and Nut Brown, with 9th position still Smith. Is this going to be an opportunity knocking now for Hunter? He looks to have Daly in his sights. He's going to go for the inside line at Dean Hairpin. He locks up, he might have a chance. Daly slams the door shut. No sir, you're not getting past. I've decided this is mine for the taking now. You're not going to get a look in. Really exciting battle between these two as they fight their way through for 2nd and 3rd position. Trying to close up on Joe Wiggin in that 2nd place. But it's Benson who leads up front, and he's been pretty impervious to it all, hasn't he? He's had the opportunity to get away. He hasn't let that slip. He's doing a fine fight. So on the far side of the circuit now, through Piff Path and shortly down towards that left-hand sweep for the first part of double apex is Kirby, and then the 2nd Kirby, a short stretch. A lot of these corners on the circuit, you tend to think from a long distance that it's actually a hairpin, particularly Dean Hairpin. We describe it as a hairpin, but if you actually go down there and have a look at it, it is technically 2 separate apexes. It is 2 corners a short flick in the middle of a straight. And it is technically a hairpin because I suppose once you turn into it, you pretty much set yourself up for the next one. So in terms of the way people look at it, it's pretty straightforward. But it's a very good start to the season, this for Stephen Daly, and he's there in third position at the moment, tucked up behind Wiggin and the race leader Jim Benson. Coming into this race of the championship, Jim Benson was 8th in the points, don't forget, on 84. A race victory is definitely going to give him something to smile about. With 1 lap to go, he now leads comfortably. Jim Benson's looking for the win. Wiggin in second, Daly third, Hunter fourth, and joining the fight is John Watt, with Walker Hansel in sixth, Carrington Yates in seventh, and Nut Brown in eighth. Boys on the pit wall for the 59 crew are starting to think about this one now. The Mira Motorsport Brewtech International squad have almost got a victory. It's going to be a really good fight here for the RIR car. So let's see if this is going to be job done and neat and tidy for Jim Benson. We've already seen a few thrills and spills through the course of the day. But we're about to see Jim Benson hopefully get the job done, with Wiggin in second, Daly in third, getting his own personal best on there. Hunter in fourth, Watt in fifth, and Walker Hansel in sixth. Still, the battle continues unabated as they come down the straight once more. Armstrong and Ross battling it out there with Partridge. The 76 comes through there of Welch with Gadsby, and McMillan fighting with Kersley. As the leaders come up the hill, they're going to go through the left-hander at Gracelands, and it's still Jim Benson leading the way very comfortably. He looks very smooth at the moment, with a good gap of 2.5 seconds roughly over Joe Wiggin. He brakes nicely for the Tarzan hairpin. They're all still scrapping away over that second place as Daly tries his hardest to close up on Wiggin and set himself up for a charge up to the chicane, but he's going to have to work for it because Hunter and Watt are right on his tail. It's a little further back between Walker Hansel and Watt, with Carrington Yates and Nut Brown not far away. But down to the braking zone for the chicane. It's time to start celebrating, RIR. You've come very close, you've worked very hard, but now it's the time to celebrate. Out of the final corner, Jim Benson is going to power out, and it's a victorious, glorious, momentous moment as Jim Benson takes the checkered flag. It's a win for the RIR squad. Brilliant race for Jim Benson. Absolutely commanding victory. After a cracking start, he just disappeared. Wiggin in second place, Daly in third, Hunter in fourth, Watt in fifth, from Walker Hansel, Carrington Yates, Nut Brown in eighth. Smith and Hack will complete the top 10, but this second race of the day has all been about Jim Benson. It's a great celebration too for the other man in the equation. Hack comes through in 10th position, and that's going to make him 5th in class, so a great result for those boys out there in position. But the victory goes to Jim Benson after an absolutely flawless drive from the start of the race through to the checkered flag. Brilliant run. He wins in the end by 2.2 seconds to Joe Wiggin. Daly in third, Hunter in fourth, from Watt, Walker Hansel, Carrington Yates, Nut Brown, Smith and Hack rounding up the top 10, with Whitmore in 11th place from Drury, Skeets, May and Ross. Partridge beats Armstrong over the line. Armstrong beats Partridge over the line, I should say. On the last lap, that changes. Welch, McMillan and Kersley round out the top 20, with Gadsby dropping into 21st position. But it's celebration time in the Brewtech International squad, because they have worked very hard over the course of the weekend, and in their first race of the day, for Jim Benson at least, it's a victory. Now they've just got to do the same thing again in the third BMW Compact race of the day, but for now, it's time to savour the moment. Well, there's more action, of course, where that